All right, yo, episode 2, Stuck on Stuff.
Are we recording?
We are recording.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. We got our first guest, Philip Hardy, Hardy Consultants. Make some noise. The audience loves you, bro.
Awesome.
The audience loves you. That's what's up.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Phil, introduce yourself, what you do, what you're a part of, the whole nine.
Well, on behalf of MassCann, thank you for having me.
Yeah, word. MassCann in the building.
Thanks for coming.
I'm a board of director of MassCann, and I'm a founder of the Hardy Consultants.
Yeah.
I'm also a partner to a social app called Social High.
Social High, yeah. Our homie Deadeye messes with them.
Yeah,
Yep.
I got a T-shirt. I fuck with them.
Yeah, and then hopefully this week I have some good news that I'm going to be meeting with a town in the South Shore that I should be signing on as director of cultivation.
Really?
Super dope.
So what would that entail? Like you would help them?
Pretty soon the Hardy Consultants will be hiring a full staff to operate a fully functioning grow facility.
Woo!
That's amazing.
And I also just realized earlier the Hardy Consultants, THC. That's pretty dope.
Who came up with the THC thing, or it just worked out like that?
Is your last name Hardy?
Yeah.
So it is.
Yep.
So
Yeah, it's not a stage name,
THC.
Stizzy.
Well,
that's
THC, the Hardy Consultants.
yeah.
Look them up.
An old friend of mine helped me out. Originally it was the Hardy Cannabis, but with regulations with banks and stuff, I couldn't open up an account.
So I want to get into that. I want to get into the bank thing after. So don't let me forget about that because I do want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Also, you also have a hand in the Boston Freedom Rally, the
Yes.
Hemp Fest.
Yes, sir.
So what do you do for that?
I'm a chairman of the music committee
So
for MassCann.
you're the guy who sets up all the performers, gets them all booked.
All the entertainment.
So this year they're doing 3 days, right?
Yep. 3
Friday,
days.
Saturday, Sunday?
Yep, first time ever in the 28 years. This is the 28th year this year.
Right.
Wow,
It's normally
20
the Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm trying. So like earliest Hemp Fest memories. So I think mine would be, I don't know, I was probably like 16, 17, and like everyone knew about that, the Hemp Fest. Oh,
Right.
the Hemp Fest is. And
Dudes used to take the train or
You would
leave
yup,
high school.
yup, you would take
hit
the
train.
train,
Everybody
go.
would blaze up on the train.
And
Yeah.
remember the old, like the rumors though, like you would always hear someone say, yo, I think like, yo, but there's DTs walking around and they can arrest you, you know?
Yeah.
Because
Wow, I
mean,
forgot all about
back
that.
then
10,
they used
15
to.
years. So
Yeah.
back then they
Yeah.
used to, for real, right?
They
Right.
could if they wanted to mess with you. They could.
Because it wasn't legal.
Right.
It was still very, very much illegal.
Yeah, and by law it still is federally.
Federally, yes.
Right.
Even now the legal laws in Massachusetts, you're not supposed to be smoking in public. So
Yeah.
it ought
Just
to be.
it's like drinking.
But yeah,
Yeah,
you know what?
exactly.
I
Illegal,
could,
but you can't do it in public.
Right.
I could agree with that. I could agree with, you know what? We don't want people walking down the street smoking joints.
Yeah,
I
I
could-
respect that.
I respect that. You know what I mean? There's children.
I
like-
don't, but I get it.
You don't?
I have a kid. I respect it.
So you would be cool with like,
I'd
you
be
know,
cool with that because what the fuck
someone
do I care?
walking by your daughter just puffing whatever. She's in the park and then kids are just chilling there puffing.
You know, if
Maybe not at a kid's park, but what are you talking about? A guy walks by, a passer's by. Like,
Well,
what
that's
the,
the
hell
thing.
do I
If
care?
you're gonna do it for one, you kind of gotta.
if they're gonna accept it for cigarettes, they should accept it for joints. It doesn't matter.
But I think it will.
That's a good point.
It could be. It is a
It-
good point
like,
because there's
you don't
definitely
smoke in restaurants.
secondhand
That cigarettes
smoke.
is gonna kill my daughter a
Exactly.
lot quicker than the
Well,
weed
what
is.
I was thinking
Right.
too is like I know like the contact high can be kind of, you know, that's not really like a huge thing, but it could technically be a thing. And me
Yeah.
personally, if I had a kid, I wouldn't want someone smoking around my kid. That's for
Word.
sure. So I totally agree with like, you know, keep it the same way we have alcohol. You have
Yeah.
to be 21 to purchase it. You can't do it in public. You got to do it on your own, you know, your own property, your own place or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not super like. You better smoke in front of my kid, like it's not
Of
like
course,
that, but,
of course.
to each his own. Whatever.
Of course. So, geez, 28 years the Freedom Rally has
Yeah.
been going.
my
Yeah,
my
it's crazy.
first memory is actually only 3 years ago.
Really?
That was the first time you went.
So
So you're from Lowell,
but he's
though.
from
Yeah.
he's
Lowell.
from out here, and that was your first time ever going.
so
How does a
Dude.
weed head avoid the weed fest for all that many years?
I was in
it was
I was in
called
the
that
closet
back
like anyone else. Like,
Really?
I come from a family that really looked down on cannabis.
Oh,
you know,
alright.
it's my father's a recovered alcoholic.
My mom is, too.
So looking at anything is a substance.
Yep. A drug is a drug is a drug.
I'm a
Yeah.
future.
So
yeah,
recovering
future.
alcoholic.
getting to get my father come around and all this has been
And he-
like huge.
And he came around?
Yeah, my dad's been through a lot in the last few years. He
Yeah.
suffered a brain aneurysm about 6-7 years ago.
I'm sorry.
But he's come around. I still get to work with him here and there. I do a little bit of plumbing work on the side.
Oh,
So,
great business, plumbing.
just to help my father out. But he's now seeing how successful I'm getting with it and what it's done for me and many others. So
Yeah.
trying to push him. He might actually come out to the Freedom Rally this year.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That'd be dope.
So did he know? Because in the Lowell Sun article that they did on you this past year, it said you've been growing cannabis since you were 16. You kept the plants, hidden from your parents.
Oh, yeah.
And so talk about that. At 16, nobody knew anything.
No.
Where were these plants, and how could they not know?
You'd have to see my house. It's an old Victorian house in
So
Lowell.
it's mega big.
And this was in Derry, New Hampshire?
No, that was in Lowell, Mass.
Oh, that was still in Lowell.
What I was doing, I built like a small closet. Next thing you know, the plants got big. I had the whole closet filled up.
Because they get big.
And
they smell a little.
Yeah,
you
I
could
even
definitely smell
popped
them.
a hole through the back wall and piped it into the chimney.
That's
it's
how
like,
you do it.
I'm a plumber. I know how to do all
Yes.
that stuff.
Wow,
so-
that's
Yo,
crazy.
my boy, shout out my boy. I won't say his name, but he's a plumber as well.
Yeah.
And now he's been growing weed for a little while, and he does the same thing. So he has like these little tents almost, and they are piped in through the ventilation system. So that whole smell goes right out the house. You know what I mean? You
that's
don't even
crazy.
smell it. Yeah.
So
that's the new wave.
that's where I kind of got the 2 and 2 with the Hardy Consultants. Like, plumbing was a tough time finding work, and I had just left the job at Raytheon under circumstances.
So you used to work at Raytheon.
So that's a pretty
Yeah.
major
So
company.
for anyone that don't know, Raytheon makes the missiles that we shoot. You know what I mean? Like those huge friggin' heat-seeking missiles. Like they make all that. Like
Crazy. I didn't know that. I always hear the name and see the
the
name.
majority
Yeah.
of where Raytheon gets its money is, I would say, probably from government contracts, from
Right.
defense.
Yeah.
So what the hell were you doing at Raytheon?
Killing time, finding my place in this world.
What was your technical job? Like, what was your job title?
I moved up really fast. I went in there for a few months. They had me at circuit card assembly. I was building circuit boards and
Yeah.
whatnot for the missiles and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
After that, I moved up the ladder and I was doing Patriot ground assembly. I was building the Patriot radars.
Dude, that's crazy. What did the Patriot radars
Shit
do?
sounds major, whatever it is.
Basically guidance. It guides your
Okay,
missiles, missile
okay.
defense, all that fun stuff.
Jesus. So working at so you leave there.
Yeah.
And then you start to be like, you know what? I think this weed thing should be full time.
Well, like we said, I've been growing for years, whether it's in friends' backyards, popping seeds somewhere. Always had my hands in the garden. When I was at Raytheon, I met a guy there that came down with stage 4 pancreatic cancer.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to my website, thehardyconsultants.com, you can actually see a video on him. It was John Galvin. He ended up using cannabis for his cancer. So as I was growing it for fun, I realized that it was helping this guy, and it really opened my eyes up to like how much cannabis was really helping people.
And there are tons of stories. I mean, I've seen like documentaries where a
Yeah.
3-year-old kid, you know,
Right.
has these violent seizures, you know,
Right.
all the time, and the parents, they've tried everything. They
Yeah.
can't get it to stop. They can't find a cure, and the kid will, you know, either take THC or the
Right.
CBD cannabinoids.
Cannabinoids, yeah.
Cannabinoids. That's like a part
Tongue
of
twister.
yeah, that's like a part of the marijuana plant. It's
Right.
not the THC that gets you high, but it's still like, you know, a byproduct of the
Right.
marijuana. And that's been helping a lot of things too. So it,
Yeah.
you know, literally I seen this girl take some cannabinoid oil and, you know, not have a seizure for hours.
Right.
Right.
So this
And-
stuff really is helping people.
And I read something else dope too, that when Phil when Phil sets up medical marijuana like home growing situations, like he doesn't accept payment from someone battling cancer.
Really?
Yeah.
No, they pay for what it costs to set up the grow. They're already paying for the equipment, but for the labor and stuff, I don't charge them.
That's awesome.
Because
Um,
we've already
we-
found out
we
he's a
work-
giver.
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
work. We
clearly.
can work it out when it comes harvest time.
Phil certainly, yeah, he hooked us up.
We were-
so yeah,
we were just
Phil is
talking-
definitely a giver.
We were talking about it off air, like he's just like, what was your quote? He said it literally grows on trees.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah,
like
it does.
who am I? Like
It
what I'm
does.
saying?
I sit here and watch like the industry turning into what it is. It's all
and
greed and
oh my
Right,
God!
right.
In the past few years, I mean, because this is about. I mean, it is now, but this is really about to be like a super industry now that it's getting legal everywhere.
yeah.
Right.
So real quick, let me talk about the bank thing. While we're kind of here on the business of it. So you correct me if I'm wrong, and you kind of lead me down the right direction. So from what I know, because it is still federally illegal, people who own dispensaries and these operations or whatever, they can't put their money in regular banks because it's still federally illegal.
That's crazy. I didn't know any of this shit.
So
Fuck
they
you, I
have
know.
to hire like these crazy super security companies
Okay.
to take their, whatever they made in a week, a month, whenever they do it. So it could be $1 million, it could be millions.
But those crazy security
Like-
places
like-
don't have like regulations or like federal anything.
Oh, they can't be tied federally.
Okay.
'Cause
these
it's still
independent
federal crime.
these
yeah.
independent contractors.
Oh.
Yeah. So when I was trying to open up a bank account, when I tried with the Hardy Cannabis, it got shut down. They would hold all my money.
So they initially let
Wow.
you put the money in the bank, and then what would hold your money
well, I didn't get to that point.
Okay. They told you no right off the gate.
So when I left my house in Derry, you read that in the article.
Yep.
You can touch that later. I started working as an intern at Northeastern Institute of Cannabis. It was the first cannabis school, basically east of the Mississippi.
Oh, I think I started hearing commercials about this place recently.
So the founder, Mickey Martin, God rest his soul, hired me as one of his interns, and from there I rose pretty fast in the community. But I watched all the problems they had with the school because that was a startup company, and same thing because it was a cannabis school. They were holding like thousands of dollars of the school's money.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
So
crazy.
I learned a lot just watching what went on at the school. I met a lot of good people down there.
Yeah. So how is it now? Is it still you're not allowed to put that money in banks? Like how is it working now?
You see different companies opening nonprofits or different names that don't have cannabis in it.
Yeah, because you can do a lot more with a nonprofit than.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. So you start up the Hardy Consultants,
Yep.
and then you just start, literally just putting yourself out there, helping people grow.
Yeah,
And
90% of it's just showing up. People need help. Just be there.
dude, that's talk about a great philosophy.
It's
like-
crazy. So so you're at Raytheon. You're not at Raytheon anymore. Then you move to New Hampshire and start doing this shit in New Hampshire.
Well, I was at Raytheon for 5 years. About 2.5 years in, I finally said, let's move to New Hampshire. Got a nice house out there, 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, heated pool, acre of land.
Jesus.
And is that what you were thinking in your head was the land and the
All my life, I've always, wherever I go, I'm going to grow. It's what I do.
so even if you were in a city in a
Yeah, absolutely. I'd have a closet somewhere.
That's all you really need.
While
Yeah.
I was up there, like I said, my friend at Raytheon, I saw that cannabis was helping him with his cancer and stuff. And he had a good testimonial on that video on my website.
yeah, check that out.
What did he say?
Just how it helped them and stuff. And you'd have to see it. Take a look at it. But from there, it opened up my eyes, and that's when I had the choice. Do I go back to being a plumber from Raytheon, or do I try to get into this new industry that I've been passionate about since I was about 18?
But like, how are you generating money?
Right, I was gonna
So
say, how did you make
especially-
that choice, like especially like income wise? Like,
Yeah, especially
well-
if you're helping a lot of people out just off the street.
Yeah, a lot of, like my story, like I went black market. I lost my job at Raytheon, and I had a big house to pay for.
Well, let's keep
Yeah.
it funky. You're growing
So-
all this trees. You're definitely
Yeah, I had to hustle a
Yeah,
little.
you
hustled
So
a little.
aside from making money from the people that wanted it recreational,
Yeah.
I was also making that money, but putting it back in to give back to the cancer patients,
Dope.
some veterans that I know that were coming back from the wars and stuff. This is a miracle plant. People aren't opening their eyes to it.
Well, I mean, we're not where we were 20 years ago.
Yeah,
Which
it's
is
come
like-
a long way. And
Which is a step in the right direction. You know what I mean? And that's good. But yeah, certainly it's not where we need it to be yet. You got
Yeah.
people like, Jeff Sessions, who is like, talking about.
don't get
you
me
know,
started with
I know,
politicians.
I know. But
yeah. We don't want to go down that. road.
unfortunately, we have someone in there right now that would love to bring it back to where it was 20 years ago,
Yeah,
which is
right.
unfortunate. You know what I mean? After everybody's putting so much work in. So let's get back to the Freedom Rally. So how do you get involved with the Freedom Rally? I mean, obviously it only makes sense, but like,
Yeah,
I want to know. I want to know more like the music part of it, though.
Well,
Yeah.
how I got into it was when I started at the school. They had an educational village where we try to educate people at the rally, and they asked me if I wanted to be the head of the stage, be a stage manager. So I was introducing all the speakers,
Yeah.
and by doing that, I was introducing myself, getting to know everyone.
yeah,
And
Networking.
Yeah.
still not involved with MassCann yet.
No.
Yep.
So people got to know me. The next year, I was invited to be up next to the stage. Now I'm serving everybody weed that came for performers and speakers.
So
Oh, geez, I must have missed that friggin' part of it
Yeah,
last
right.
year.
No, that was the year before.
No, I know.
Then last year, or just after that rally, I went to my first MassCann meeting ever, and it was a vote. And
To vote you in?
They voted me right onto the board as I walked in. Everyone already knew who I was from
Yeah.
all the actions I've taken in the community.
that's dope.
So-
And they're the biggest out here.
Yeah, the
Right.
largest advocacy group in Massachusetts, nonprofit.
That's crazy. How many people are on the board of directors?
13 of us.
13.
Yeah.
And so you guys run that organization, and like, what are you doing? Like, are you guys trying to like, do you guys like try to take legal action? Like, try to,
Yeah,
go up against the government and
we're
try to
always-
get regulations
always
changed
lobbying at
and
the state
lobbying,
house.
exactly. Yeah.
It's come a long way. It's done a complete overhaul since I've come on to MassCann.
Oh, I mean, well, in the past 3
There's-
years.
Yeah, there's been falling outs of egos and people like I said, this industry, everybody's trying to get one up on the next person.
Well,
It's like-
everybody thinks you can make a buck.
yeah. Oh,
So where are we now? Like with the industry, with like it's legal out here. Like
It's-
what is it? What is?
Oh, it's still such a wild west right now.
Yeah.
You're telling me that there's only 11 or 13 dispensaries in Massachusetts that are open right now. And
Yeah,
Well,
I think when it
that's
had first
supplying
passed,
the
pe-
population.
people
Yeah.
thought they were just gonna wake up the next day and it would just be weed everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's clearly not how. It
But
went
I
down.
think what's happening is Massachusetts passed that it's 100% recreationally legal,
Right.
but they still haven't figured out how they're gonna tax it. Is that am I wrong with that or something? So I just
he's like,
Don't
fuck
don't even get me started.
so
The way I decided to make money with nobody asking questions is I decided to build grow rooms for people. And now nobody can ask any questions. You can grow whatever the hell you want when I walk out the door.
there you
oh
go.
yeah.
If you want to
Smart.
hire me, come back and consult on your plants. I can do that. It's customer confidentiality.
How much does it cost to get like I don't know, a little 3-plant something for myself? Say
It's
I
a little
want
operation.
a little
Yeah.
operation to supply myself. How much would something like that cost?
You're gonna want to put a good 1,000 to 1,500 into like a 4x4 tent.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing.
That's what my man got. He got one of those 4x4 tents.
Yeah, with proper ventilation,
Yeah.
fans, but then you got nutrients. You
and
gotta
that's
figure
just
your
for
electric costs.
personal use.
Yeah, getting I
Yeah.
don't know how much.
Well, a
how
little
much
sun
can
on the
you
side
how
probably
much can you net out of 3 plants?
Not a lot, right?
I mean, no. I think
E-
what a QP I would say maybe.
Every grow is different. The rule of thumb is they average about a pound per 1,000-watt light. When I was in Derry, New Hampshire, I was getting 2.5 pounds per 1,000-watt light bulb.
So wait a minute. The lighting
Crazy.
can change how much you're gonna net. Really? Like the
your lighting, your nutrients.
Oh, yeah, I guess that
every,
makes sense.
Every
How
grower's
strong
got
is
a
the
different
plant?
style.
Yo, that's the other thing too, Snuk, is like this stuff is like an art form. You
Nah,
know?
it's crazy. It's like
I mean,
I
it's
don't know.
no different than growing tomatoes, potatoes, or
Yeah.
like whatever. Like
And I could have had
it's
my
botany.
It's just a plant.
Hectic from
botany.
Hectic from ST knows a lot about
Oh
this
yeah,
shit too.
Heck, yeah. Shout out Heck. Heck is definitely up on
He's
up on
yeah.
Phil's level.
He's my guy. If I need to ask questions like that, I go to Hectic. He does all this shit.
So
I'm learning all this shit. I don't even know about a lot of this shit.
So what? Talk about what you did for the Freedom Rally last year.
Last year I
Who
took
we
over.
had?
I took over 3 months before the rally last year.
Oh, geez, I didn't know that.
So
Did a pretty good
as-
job for 3 months.
Yeah, as chairman of the music.
Yeah, because last year shit was cracking.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I want you to tell us who the headliners were, but
Yeah, we had some big sponsors that stepped up. We had Social High, the Boston Smoke Shop,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Greenleaf Magazine's always huge. But they stepped up. We brought in Method
Shout out
Man.
Boston Smoke Shop. They spent more than 30,000 to help sponsor the Freedom
Are
Rally
you
last year.
crapping me?
Yeah, great
I didn't
guys.
realize that.
Great guys, and they're helping us out again this year.
Oh, shout out to them. That's what's up.
You know, a lot of people don't realize that this is all volunteer work. MassCann,
Right.
like we don't have money to put into the rally.
Right.
So when they ask us, who'd you get? Well, do you want to sponsor?
Yeah.
It's
up
like
to
rapping in 2017.
It's
It's
self-funded.
volunteer work.
Yeah, you ain't kidding, bro. You ain't kidding. It's self-funded. So wait, real quick, headliners for last year. Who'd you end up getting?
we
3
had,
months.
We had Stiz Grimy.
Yeah, baby. Main stage. Yo,
right.
salute to Phil, cause yo,
That's dope.
I've had invitations to rock the Hempfest before, but I didn't want to, I didn't want to rock the little side stage. I didn't even
Right.
want to say little side stage. I shouldn't even say that. But
Yeah.
Any stage is dope over there because
Of course.
the acts are always
Of
so
course.
dope and
But
like new
Phil-
and shit. But
Phil put me on
You
the
wanna
main
be on the main stage, of course.
which was
Yeah.
really, really dope. And I think he did it again this year, and I
Well,
salute
this
that.
year I did even better. I'm
Uh,
bringing in main stages to both sides, so nobody can.
So now
complain.
there's
They're
main
both
stages.
full side stages.
Oh, that's
so the
dope.
setup itself is different this year.
Oh yeah.
That's
It's-
dope because I'm just used to that regular setup.
So Redman and Method Man rocked last
it
year.
last year.
They were our headliners.
Woo!
Killed it last
Killed
year.
it.
Crowd
Killed
was
it.
crazy for
Yeah.
them.
Also,
Uh,
Term, Slain,
Yep, Term and Slane were there.
Yeah, Roots of Creation. They're
Yeah.
coming back this year.
Prospect Hill.
Prospect Hill.
Yeah,
I want to
they'll
ask
be-
you this: How Paul Wall?
Yep.
How does Paul Wall get involved?
Yeah, we were talking about this last week, just saying it was like random.
'Cause I
but
was-
super dope.
Sometimes the list can be super random, and when I seen Paul Wall,
Yeah.
I was,
So
how do you know Paul Wall, and how does that go down?
a lot of people are questioning like why Paul Wall and Baby Bash, but
Well, I'm questioning it for two different reasons. Paul
Yeah.
Wall just because I'm curious. Baby Bash, I'm like, why? But whatever.
Yeah. well,
Maybe he's like a super stoner.
yeah. Well,
Right. So if there's real reasons, I want to know that.
met them both out at High Times. Both great guys. They're big into the cannabis scene.
Okay.
They have brands they're trying to get out.
Baby Bash does?
Yeah, even Baby Bash.
Like cannabis brands,
yeah, they just came out with a new album that's all geared around cannabis. A lot of people don't know it.
them together.
Wait a minute. Paul Wall and
Paul
Baby
Wall
Bash?
and Baby Bash actually do a lot of songs together.
Never
like,
knew that in
I
life.
never knew that
The
either.
song "Unforgivable" is a pretty big song.
Is it really?
Yeah,
You're blowing my fucking mind right now. I
Yeah.
know Baby Bash. Baby Bash is the dude that had the song on the radio. The
Yeah,
gifted,
Sugar
lifted,
Hooligans,
gifted.
that's where
Uh,
that's where people need to like. Last year we had Method Man and Redman. It took away from a lot of the other acts.
Right.
This
Yeah.
year it's like
Right here. This is Baby Bash, Paul
it.
Wall.
Yep.
Unforgivable.
What-
We'll listen to a
what's-
couple sets.
What's the hits looking like?
You ready for this?
Yeah.
542,000, half a mil.
Who's that?
That's Baby Bash. He got the R&B voice. I mean, he got
Yeah.
the voice.
Yeah. I didn't know.
Wait, where's Paul?
Now fucks with Paul Wall. Give me some Paul Wall.
they'll also be doing a after party.
Really?
Not sure. Yeah, we'll know which club probably the day of the rally.
I was just playing. I fuck with Baby Bash. Just let me know where the after party is before you pick.
Yeah.
So that's dope, man. Paul Wall and Baby Bash. Yo, Paul Wall's gonna kill it, yo.
Yeah, a lot of great bands this year too. Crooked
Yep.
Coast, Torn Shorts.
I don't know a lot of.
I don't know a lot of the rock
them,
shit too. So definitely
Yeah.
big them up for the everybody watches this shit.
The Elevators is a good reggae band. Mighty Mystic is awesome. He's
I
a
know.
local
I
act.
know Mighty Mystic. He's
Nah,
been out
I know.
here for a
I
long
know the
time.
dudes in Prospect Hill.
Yeah,
Like
good friends
in
of
real
mine.
life, I know them.
Yeah,
Great dudes. I fuck with all of them.
Yo, they're a great up and coming band.
yeah,
I
they're
would,
awesome.
I would like to see them. I gotta actually talk to my people here and see.
I saw them
They're
there last
dope,
year.
yeah, if you
I
ever,
bumped into
I
them
opened
at a
up
tent.
for them. Yeah, I opened up. Like I think they went on right after me last year.
yeah,
and
shout out to them. They're,
Right.
If you ever need to find them, Red 13 Studios.
Yeah, Red 13, the dude Mock, right?
Yep.
He's doing major shit with
They-
that.
Oh
Red 13
yeah,
Studios.
Red 13. That's
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's where my homie Shimmy does contribute to the culture radio.
yeah,
They're
That
doing
dude
dope.
Mark has a picture with like Tupac. and
yeah, they're
shit.
doing a lot
yeah.
of promo video for the rally this year too. So
Oh,
Oh,
are
they
they?
are dope.
yeah, it's great.
They're doing big shit with like for musicians and for artists and
Yeah,
shit.
they
like,
just shot Godsmack last week.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Shout
I've
out
been-
Sully. He's a good
I've
friend
been
of the
fortunate
show.
to
Oh,
go
and
on a few video shoots with them.
I just shared this or reposted it, but they had something to do with the homie Dion Point giving the concept kicks to Tom Brady.
Yeah,
that
right.
video?
They just
Really?
shot him last week too.
So wait, Dion Point is a rapper out here, right?
Nah,
Or he's like a
Dion
R&B?
Point like fucking runs concepts.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
does.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
And you didn't see the
okay.
video. He's like
Under
literally
Armour.
the Under Armour
Yeah.
joints. He's like presenting Tom
Brady.
with the shit.
Yeah.
And
Actually-
and Red 13 and Mocking them was behind probably the visual.
Yeah,
or something?
Mark and Jim Foster.
Okay.
Real quick,
Completely
I don't
guys.
want to like totally get off, but we just kind of like went there. What the fuck happened 2 nights ago?
The Patriots.
Yes,
It happens, man. It is what it is. What are you
banner
gonna do?
night.
I'll tell you what happened. No Julian Edelman is what happened.
You did say that last.
That's my
week.
long story short. If you really want to know, but we got a lot of shit.
Even Gronk didn't look like
Dog.
normal.
It's game one.
Game 1.
Game
Yeah.
one.
They've won three out of.
Well, that's
Five
what
or
we.
something.
So that's that
Two out of
meme
three.
going around.
Yeah.
They've in the Brady era. They've lost three times. They've lost the home
The
opener.
home
Oh, they-
opener. 01, 03, and 14.
and
Won
what
the-
happened each time?
Won the Super Bowl.
Won the
each
Super
one of
Bowl
those
that
times.
year.
Let's not get crazy. It's week 1, and with them not being able to practice like they used to, week 1 and week 2 and week 3 is still kind of an extension of the preseason.
So also last week we were talking about your boy Mike Rappaport. I want to play something.
Yeah,
from
you was
him.
wilding last night. You were like, "Yo, did you see Rappaport videos?" There's like
Did
5
Do you
this
know
week.
who Mike Rappaport
Yeah, I know
is?
who he is.
All right. So have you seen these videos? So this
His
dude,
rants.
I saw
he
the one
was
where he's
at
screaming at
his
Gillette.
rants. He was
Yeah.
at Gillette. He was
Screaming
at
out the
Gillette.
window.
But he's cool with like Barstool Sports now. He's hooked up with them. He
All
like
right.
does their radio show. But he was absolutely wilding.
You know I knock on shit. Hey, fuckos.
This-
I came all the way the fuck out here
so he's at a
to
hotel.
see this bullshit.
Right across from Gillette.
Tom Brady, you cocksucker. You look 47 years old.
That's enough, Stiz. I don't want to hear no more.
Yo, he's
Fuck outta here with that shit.
wilding. And then wait, this is a good one too with Patricia, what he says about. Ready?
Mad Patricia, you got a fucking pencil and a laminated playbook.
That is
that
true.
a fucking pencil? Or is that a fucking spy camera, you hipster cocksucker?
I didn't think of that. All right, he
Shit.
said spy camera. Get it off.
He's a fuck. He's wilding. I like Mike Rappaport.
Sometimes he
but
makes me laugh.
fuck
Sometimes
you.
I want to fucking fight him. I hate him.
Fuck you. But he knows what he's doing
Nah.
with those.
I had a friend of mine actually.
He's
her-
a New York
Her
guy.
mother
What do you
got
want?
tickets in Boston off Craigslist and went to the game, and it was fake tickets.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, wait,
right.
what happened?
Say that again.
a girl that I'm talking to, her mother went to the game. We picked up tickets for her in Boston.
This opening game.
Yeah.
Okay, and they were fake tickets.
Where'd she buy him off of?
Craigslist.
Yo, fam, I swear.
I told her,
always-
don't do it.
Don't
I
do it.
always wonder about that shit. If that shit still happens, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not trying to sound like a dick, but a lot of the times I feel like, yo, how did you let that happen? Like you didn't
Yeah.
fucking know that.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
what did you see the tickets?
I did.
And
It was
what
they look?
$1,200 later.
Whoa.
Why does a ticket look like a regular concert ticket? They
Right.
Yeah.
That's what the
tickets
normal
usually
Yes.
big.
passes. Yeah.
Or
That's crazy.
that's the kind of crazy thing though now too though, because like with places like Ticketmaster and I think I don't know the last time I've had a regular ticket. You print out your ticket
I do
online.
this shit on my phone now.
Oh yeah, you can
I just
scan
be
it right
showing
through
on
your
my phone when
Yeah,
I go
yeah,
to
yeah,
an
yeah,
event.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So, but a lot of times they are like just printed on regular fucking paper.
Not for
but-
nothing. She was better off literally just going to the random bum outside that was selling tickets outside of the event.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Because
yeah.
at least
The
they probably would have
scalper
been
right
real.
there on the spot.
scalper, they probably would have been real, but they
Craig-
would have been through the roof.
Craigslist is a shady
Super
place.
shady.
I wouldn't be messing with
I don't
Craigslist.
fuck with Craigslist in general.
Although I did buy a guitar off there a few months ago, and it was peace. I got a good price on it.
I sold a whip on there before. But
Did you?
Yeah. In general, I don't fuck with it though.
Yeah. So, yo, Phil, talk to people about, if other artists are coming up, whether they're rock, rap, whatever they are, reggae. How could they, go about trying to perform at next year's Freedom Rally?
Well, if you go to the MassCann.org webpage, they have terms on how to play the rally.
Okay.
Throwing benefits and donating to MassCann is always a plus.
Yeah.
That always gets you.
Yeah.
But
One foot in the door.
Yeah, I added like
course.
one paragraph in the beginning of that this year, that it's like something that's always overlooked in the past years, and it's like, remember who you're playing in front of.
Right.
You're in front of the State House. You're in a public common. You're in front of families that are strolling through.
Right.
Some of the submissions we get, it's all profanities, and it's
Right.
that's
Jeez,
not.
now you got me like second question in my set last year.
Yeah. Oh, it's funny. If you watch your set, it's F-bombs right off the bat.
It is, right?
I was laughing.
Dirtbag.
Oh,
Kid's
jeez.
a
All
true
right.
dirtbag.
Well,
But-
actually, that's funny, real quick, because last week, so we had our first episode last week, and one of the things that we were saying when we were like talking about what we could do better, what we could improve on.
I've been consciously doing it
Me
today,
as well.
by the way.
Me as well. So every other word out of my mouth was fuck. And I was like, yo, Snuk, listen, I'm not saying that we shouldn't swear at all.
Right.
But what I am saying is, like, maybe we should just kind of watch it. Me especially, yo. Like,
And,
every word.
People want to play the shit at the house or whatever.
Yeah,
the kid
yeah.
might be on because one
Somebody
kid
told
you
me.
knew he
Yeah.
couldn't play it because the kid was there.
Because the kid was in the car.
We don't want to lose a view off of that. But then also, we want to keep it funky, too. I already said fuck a few times.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah.
But yo,
Fuck.
all right, but that's good because I'm gonna be conscious of that this year.
Yeah, but even like when submitting music, think of it. It's a festival. It's a free festival.
Right.
You want festival vibes. You want
Good vibes.
What's the festival about? It's about cannabis.
Yeah.
It's a political event.
Right.
So if I had to go deep into people's lyrics to actually get people to not play. Like the organization made promises to people, and I had to point out, like you're talking about, they were talking about gutting a fetus out of a corpse.
Whoa!
And it's like
hold on.
I kind of want to know who that was.
No, you ain't gotta say.
Yeah. Is
Rap or rock?
that was a speed metal.
Speed metal.
And then they get pissed at me.
So
It's
nobody
like,
would have knew anyways.
No, you don't hear the gore, the screaming. And
Right.
Like, I played in a metal band for 5 years. I played lead guitar.
Dope.
I love metal. Last year we had the guitarist Ollie Herbert of All That Remains come out and do the Star Spangled Banner.
Oh,
that was
yeah.
before your set.
Oh yes,
was
that
crazy.
dude. Yeah,
So
that
it's
dude.
like
yeah.
I
That was
live for
super
metal
dope.
music, but even I'm aware that there's a time and a place for everything.
Absolutely.
It's if you can't take a 25-minute set, take 5 of your songs and have them at least be positive.
Yeah.
So easy
Like,
if you're an artist that has
Yeah.
songs.
But
Super
it's
easy.
funny. So the submissions we're getting is like it's all about murder. It's all about the streets.
Well, let me ask you this then: do you have to be like a huge weed head as an artist to perform at the Freedom Rally?
Not at all. But
you do kind of got to be like about the cause. Like you got to.
if you promote our cause, it betters your chance.
Right.
I guess.
Right.
But have some positive music. Everybody's been down in the dumps. Everybody's
Exactly,
had
yeah.
hard hurdles to overcome.
For
But
sure.
it's like
I definitely
Every
got
song
that
can't be
type of
about your
music.
struggle.
yeah.
Like, fuck your struggle. Sometimes let's have fun and get weeded
Yeah,
at the
it's
fest.
time to pick up your big boy pants and
Definitely.
get back to work.
I was like, when I've been thinking about what I'm gonna do for my set this year, I'm thinking about either songs that I got about weed or like happy, uplifting
Right.
songs. You know,
And that's what makes somebody like a multi-time performer like say a Mr. DL,
Yeah.
where his music is strictly
well,
weed music.
DL has
No,
become a staple of the rally at this
Yeah,
point. I would say, shout out.
He's
DL.
known as a weed rapper.
Yeah, he's
In my eyes,
and
Oh, absolutely.
he's
he
one
is.
that gets to play the rally each year because of the time he donates. He cuts videos for us.
Yeah,
Like,
he's all about it.
yeah.
Yeah, people that donate and give back. That's what MassCann is
He's-
about. It's
he's a
about
mad good
charity,
dude.
It's volunteer.
Yeah,
He's
he
a mad good
is.
dude. He'll give his time, like you said. He's
Yeah.
a charity. He does a lot of shit for a lot
That
of people.
dude has. I don't want to get the number like wrong, but an insane amount of videos under his belt.
We'll bring him in,
Oh, yeah.
and we'll
we'll definitely
bring him
get
in and we'll ask him about him.
Oh yeah, he's a great guy. Don't let his mean mug fool you. He's
Nah, I fuck
hard,
with
heart
DL.
of gold. Heart
What
of
up,
gold.
DL?
He is an
Hey,
ass.
I remember last year he came out and he had little marijuana plants
Yeah,
that had
clones.
just sprouted.
Right,
and he
right.
was passing those out to the
Right.
crowd.
Oh, he shot Sia Green at the
Yeah.
Freedom Festival. I'm in that. I was the main star.
Oh yeah.
I had 5 seconds in an elevator in the hallway.
Oh, the main
I bought
star.
weed off the
He's-
shorty.
Oh, I'm in it too.
He actually hit me up on the way in here, seeing if I wanted to get shot in the movie tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, the
Well, yeah, I think
Thick
he's
as
doing it
Thieves
at
or-
Sick as Thieves. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, I think he's doing
So,
that.
Shout out Mr. DL. Good dude. We're gonna get you up here too.
I'm in a Sea of Green too. He hit me up one day. I was working construction. This was before I was doing radio, and he was like, "Yo," he's like, "I need a voice for like there's gonna be a radio playing in the background of a scene, and I need a voice like for someone to be the DJ of that radio station." And I was like, "Oh, dog, I'm at work, like, but I really appreciate it." I'm like, "Yo, what if I do it on my phone?" So I did it on my phone.
Yeah.
And I forget what I said.
Damn,
my
I gotta
name
rewatch
was.
that shit because I don't even
DJ
remember.
Tanner or something like that. I forget what I said.
I'm gonna rewatch that and pay attention.
Yeah, I'm in
funny.
like shout out Alias who kills that movie too.
Yeah, there's a lot of people from out here. That's what's dope about Mr. DL. He kept it super like
Yeah.
kept a lot of the New England artists in it.
Yeah.
Like
reach out to a lot
everybody
of
in the
people,
hip hop scene is
Yep.
in that. So what's next? What's next for the Hardy Consultants? What's next for the Freedom Rally?
Yeah. So Freedom Rally ends and then what?
Oh, geez, just getting through that.
It's gonna be crazy,
like
right?
The focus right now.
What made you want to add another day?
That just came up. It was a board's decision. I just went with it.
So I mean, you must have.
You give me all the time in the world. I'll
So
find
what happens?
somebody.
The city of Boston has to be like, yeah, you can do that.
Well,
Yeah,
you
we
have
got
to
to
get
pull all the proper permits.
Yeah.
And again, it's a political rally. We pull the permits for a political rally. The
Oh, you
attendance
do?
is only 10,000.
Oh yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but you always put down. I remember when I did the thing for the city of Chelsea last year, Hip Hop for Recovery.
Mm-hmm.
I put down expected attendance 100 people.
Yeah.
When I knew full well it was
always go low.
But you can't control the
When
amount of
dealing- when
people
dealing
that
with them?
comes to
Last
your
year
event.
we had about 50,000 estimated.
50,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that was for the
Wow.
2 days. This shit is 3 days this year.
Right.
And not only is there performances, but there's merch tables. There's
Yeah, all
there's
sorts of
all
vending booths.
types of vending booths, like with like the
Yeah. We have,
cutting edge marijuana products, like all
Yeah.
that.
you can buy anything there, glass, vapes,
Right.
everything's going to be there. Selling product is not legal yet, but
Yeah.
I'm sure if you know somebody down there, you can find it
Yeah, you
everywhere.
can find. Come see your boy Stiz Grammy. I'll help you out.
Yeah.
Yo, Moon
We-
Rocks. I'm on Moon Rocks.
Yeah.
You messing with those?
Who are they from? Corrupt or
Uh,
Mike Quinn?
I don't
Y'all
know.
talking another language to me right now.
Yeah,
So
I
what
know.
Moon Rocks are, Snuk, is there?
I heard you because last weekend you was fucking with him.
Oh yeah, so it's a bud dipped in wax.
Yeah, concentrate oil.
Yeah,
rolled in
dipped
keef.
into a concentrate
Yeah.
oil and then rolled in keef.
So what is that high?
It's just like-
compared to just smoking it without dipping it.
I mean, it's just like, I don't know. I would say it's you get
More
stoned.
potent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get more potent. It's like being back in the day stoned, like when you first
So
did
if
it.
I hit that shit, that
You'd be
shit'll rock me.
lit.
Cause I'm
Gone.
like a midnight toker. I'm not like fucking throughout the day
Yeah.
socially. Socially, I prefer drinking, but end of the night, I'll roll up something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fam,
So for me, that would like fucking rock me.
weed is so much better, I think,
Yeah,
than
for sure.
alcohol.
Oh, totally.
I think we mentioned that
I
last week,
agree.
too.
And I'm alcoholic, and I agree.
Yeah.
I've never had a problem getting home.
Yeah,
I don't drink.
exactly.
Right,
Never
right,
had
yeah.
a problem getting home, yo.
Yeah.
And that's
We actually have a few good surprises this year for
Like?
the rally. Some special guests. I'm
Can't
bringing
say
a-
like if they're surprises.
I don't know.
Yeah, bringing.
music or
We have a lot of cannabis culture related people coming in, but actor Peter Dante's coming to hang out Friday and
he?
Saturday
What's he from?
from Grandma's Boy.
Really?
Oh, Dante.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler's people.
yo, wait a minute.
That's his
Tell
boy
me
that he
it's
puts in
not-
all his movies, right? Pull
Yeah.
up his picture. You know who he is, Stiz.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
yes.
he's gonna be popping on stage probably Friday night with
Yo,
Three
you
I'm
know
gonna
Creations.
show
it's-
you right there.
He plays the gay guy in
Chuck and Larry.
in Chuck and Larry
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and Big Daddy.
Yeah.
And Big
He's
Daddy.
in all them shits.
He was
Yes.
a cop with Shaq and Grown Ups too.
He might
Yup,
get,
yup.
he might get the livest ovation
Well,
Yeah.
last
from the
year,
crowd. It's a possibility with that fan base.
last
of
year wasn't
fucking
Mike
stoners.
Epps there? Wasn't Mike Epps
Epps
there
was
last
there.
year?
Or was
Uh,
the year
Or was it
before?
the year before?
I remember because
Even
we met
before
up
that.
with him. Term,
Yeah,
that's,
Term got a
that's 'cause
picture
of
with him.
Term.
Yeah,
nah,
yeah.
he knows. He fucks with Term heavy.
Really?
Yeah, Term and Mike Epps are peoples.
That was
Uh,
like 4 or 5 years ago, I think. 'Cause
No.
I never saw Mike Epps at one. I've only been there.
He
the
was
last
out
3
here,
years.
but it was to
He-
meet up with Term. Term dipped to go meet up.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah,
okay. So he might have stopped by the one like 2 years ago. You
Yeah,
didn't
he
even
was
know,
out here. You
but-
know
Yeah.
what? He was doing a stand-up show the night before, whatever. He was out here. He was
Really?
cool with Term, so they worked it out and they got up. I
That's-
was like, "Yo, T, I'm gonna roll with you." He's like, "Yeah, car's full." I was like, "Oh,
Ah, damn it. That's messed up, T. Yo, so yeah, what's next for the? What are you gonna? How are you gonna outdo this year's rally next year?
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Right?
Yeah.
Just
I
go.
don't know if I even want to do it again. But
Really?
Yeah.
Does the city bust your balls?
Not so much mine. I mean, we do have a trouble pulling the permits. These are given
shit
to
must
us.
be stressful though in general. There's a lot of like moving parts and shit, right?"
Oh,
Yeah, that's
absolutely.
exactly my point. I mean, it's volunteer work.
Right.
Put a lot of.
Jesus,
Even my
I
own
can't
money
believe
this
it's
year.
all-
I'm,
I
Yeah.
can't
actually
believe that.
flying in 8 people for the rally.
I mean, people need
Paul
to
Wall, I'd imagine, is
people
one
need to
of
be
them.
thanking
no,
this
that,
man.
that
like,
was a sponsor that brought them in, Boston Smoke Shop. Thank God for them. But like Mendo Dope, that's a band from the West Coast, the Mendo Triangle.
Uh-huh.
I got to take a trip out there last spring.
Oh, that's the other thing I want to say real quick, because I was like telling Snuk when we were talking about you, I was like, yo, this dude, I'm like, just go on his Instagram. Like, this dude is all over the country
Mhm.
at these, giant grow shops and
Yeah.
like all that. So, like, how are you doing that? Like, what are you doing when you do that? Just going to conventions? Just going to.
It's all work related. I mean, some of them pay me to come out. It's all consultation work, I guess. I've been in so many grows throughout the country now, and every grow.
that people just know who you are.
Getting there.
Yeah.
It's pretty surprising going out to these events. Last April, it was kind of like a childhood dream come true.
Why?
I got an invite from High Times to be a judge.
Major.
In the what? The Cannabis Cup?
Yeah, and then
What?
Even I know that's super major.
Yeah.
Then my childhood favorite bands like 311, Sublime, they were
Dope.
all playing. So
Yo,
it's-
311's coming to town, I believe, in November.
Yeah,
To Providence, I think.
awesome guys.
So
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Super humble dudes.
Tried very, very humble, very good to their fans.
We
I
need
was,
to get them to play the Freedom Rally one year.
we were trying last year, and they gave us a price, and this year the price went significantly higher.
I wonder why.
They just came out with an album,
Ah.
and a lot of times these bands do the summer tours with like Live Nation or something. They have
Yeah.
a radius clause, so it's hard for us to grab these acts.
What's a radius clause?
If they're playing within a certain amount of
Right,
time in
right,
one
yeah.
area,
I know about
they
that.
can't play a free festival like this because
You
it'll
don't want to
jeopardize
take away.
ticket sales.
Yeah, of course. That makes sense.
Why are we gonna pay how much dollars per ticket when we can just go see them
For free. I do
Yeah.
the same thing. Like, I don't like to be performing too close.
Yeah.
Within a
you know.
span of time, a
Yeah,
close span of
it
time.
doesn't.
Yeah,
It
shit
just
sucks.
doesn't make sense. So what about the THC, the Hardy Consultants?
I have a very important meeting Monday morning. I could be signing my contract about overseeing the grow in Massachusetts.
Oh yeah, that thing that you talked about at the beginning.
Yeah.
That's super dope.
So if that happens, that's going to be where most of my time goes next year versus back into MassCann. I'll always be a part of MassCann and do what I can for the cannabis community because
That's
you know,
dope.
it's got me where I am today, and I'm super grateful
And
for it.
You know, the people in the crowd, in the audience, they're like seeing this crazy free festival and they're having a dope
Yeah.
time and they're smoking and they're watching their favorite music acts. It's like
Stiz Grimy.
Stiz Grimy,
Yeah.
who may or may not be bringing out a special guest. Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, they have somebody like you to thank, and you know, people just sitting there like, oh, this is dope. Like maybe not appreciating it, but like, you know, you're putting in all this work, and like you said, it is at the end of the day volunteer work, and you're
Yeah.
making this shit happen, and like, you know, so we want people to like big you up. And, you know, follow you and follow your movement and all that shit. Matter of fact, hit the socials now and the website again, especially.
Yeah, the Hardy Consultants. You can find me on Instagram, and thehardyconsultants.com is my website. It's a work in progress because
right.
I don't have time to do that.
I
I
feel
might
you.
be able to help you out. Let's talk after. I might be able to help you. I use
Absolutely.
Squarespace to build mine.
Yeah,
I'm not like super good at it, but I kind of know my way around that. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't
his
know what
IG
you're
is popping.
using.
If you're a weed head, you definitely want to.
if you're a weed head, you definitely want to follow Phil. You know, if you're the activism route, you definitely want to follow Phil. And if you're interested in, you know, maybe performing at the Freedom Rally one year, you definitely want to
Yeah.
get in contact with Phil.
And all that's on the website, right?
Yeah.
As far as like performing.
Yeah, we
and-
got different links, and if you find me on Instagram, just shoot me a message.
Or if you just
I
want to
always
contribute,
get back to people.
even if you're not a performer or
Oh, yeah,
artist,
if
but
you
you
wanna
want to get down with the
sponsor,
cause and
yeah.
help
Yeah.
out in any way.
Always looking for volunteers, and you know, education is key.
There's two things I want to get done. We're almost coming up to the end. We got about, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes left. How did you meet Mike Shue? Talk about your relationship with Mike Shue. Mike Shue
From WAAF.
from WAAF. He's on the morning show now. He is a great advocate for the industry.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about your relationship with Mike Shue, and then talk about, you told us a crazy thing out in the parking lot about someone that you're related to. And so if you're down, talk about that after. We don't have to go crazy into it, but let's just talk about how much of a scumbag that dude is.
Stiz gets heated. I like it.
So Mike Shue.
So Mike Shue, I was invited down to WAAF through Northeastern Institute of Cannabis with my old partner and mentor, Mickey Martin, who just passed away this past June.
Rest
R.I.P.
easy, yeah.
Yeah, his voice will be missed this year at the rally, hoping to do a tribute to him. But he invited me down so we can show what the school has to offer the cannabis community. Basically using me to show, like, hey, if you're an intern at the school, you get to come down and hang with all these fine people.
When was this? Like 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
About 3 years ago now.
Okay.
And
Word.
from there, I got to meet some of the producers down here, and
Yeah.
they just kept introducing me to the next person and the
Yeah.
next person. Just chain
Absolutely.
chain of events.
That's dope. That's
But
dope.
when I met Mike Shue the first time coming down here, I was so like excited because I was a huge fan of him.
Really?
I've listened to him for years.
Yo, that dude's worked at AAF like since he was like 19.
Yeah, but
He might have left a couple times.
As an avid listener of AAF, like it was an honor just coming down to the studio.
Yeah.
But, like you listen to these people, you almost like get to know them. Like you could always tell Mike Shue's a real sincere guy.
Absolutely.
You could
Absolutely.
tell. You could tell just from listening.
Yeah.
We'll be having Shu on the podcast. I already talked to him about it. We'll definitely be having him on, talk about his story.
But when I came down, I actually brought him a nugget off the top of my
Of
plants.
course you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chopped it down a fresh bud. Just told him I was a big fan.
Yeah.
Like just hit it off. He's been a speaker now at all the NECC.
Oh, that's right.
Freedom
Didn't he,
rallies.
He brought me.
He was on the rally
out.
last year.
Yeah, he brought me
That's
out.
right.
He introduced me.
That's right.
Yeah,
I remember that.
real humble guy.
He is. He's the best, man.
He's the man, yeah.
He is ever since I started working for AAF, that dude just like anytime I need anything, you know what I mean? Even actually just before we started this, I texted him a question that I had. And he's always down to help. In your brother-in-law. Who is your brother-in-law?
I can't drop names.
No, we can't drop names?
It's all good.
That's all good.
He's tied in politically. You don't want any backlash of
Oh, God.
Right.
defamation of character and all that shit.
Yeah,
but
you might want to leave that alone.
Crazy.
That's
That's pretty crazy, that whole
it
story.
was a wild story because when I was back to my story in Derry,
Oh, right.
when I was leaving there, I needed a place to stay for the next like 5 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So my sister let me stay at her summer house
Which is where?
in Windham, New Hampshire.
Mm-hmm. There's a
Um,
haunted restaurant in Wyndham I went to. And
So
it sucked. It
keep in
wasn't
mind
haunted.
with what I was doing in New Hampshire, my house was filled with weed. I was
Mhm.
looking at 30 years and 30,000 in fines.
Oh, what? Like if they had
If-
came based on what you had,
yeah.
that's what you were
Yeah.
looking
So
at.
when I got
30 years
fired from
weed.
Raytheon for what I told you, they threatened to send the Derry Police Department to my house.
Why?
It's-
Because Raytheon knew?
No, because I had government property at my house.
Wow. So they were gonna send them to get their property.
Right, and
That-
I'm
that
like,
you
I can't
supposedly
have
had.
New Hampshire Police Department in there.
The
And,
last thing
uh,
you need. Yeah.
So
After that, kind of the wrong people started to hear about what I had going on. And I have friends in another local police department in Massachusetts, and he just gave me a heads up. He's like, "Kid, people are starting to know your name. Like they know you got a weed called Derry Dank."
Oh, jeez.
They was
So-
arresting high school kids. Like,
Derry
with that Derry
Dank.
Dank.
Yeah.
So when I came down, when I was moving, I ended up telling my sister's neighbor what I was doing, who had a falling out with my brother-in-law.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever words were exchanged, I told the neighbor how I was getting into the cannabis industry. I'm here for a couple weeks, just going to Massachusetts, because I sold my house and I was in between. It was in the middle of like the coldest winter New England's had in years.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy, because I knew too much dirt on him, basically kicked me out and left me homeless.
Can we just say, because we're kind of like, what like kind of told, like kind of like talking about how much. Can we just say who he's affiliated with in the main thing?
This is just dying to hear one name so he could go off.
Yeah, he's like, this is my sales right here.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
gonna drive my viewers.
No, I mean, you know what? No, honestly, I'll tell you why. Because I just don't like what
If you
the
Google
main
him,
dude
there's
is
enough shit
doing.
on him on the internet. He
I don't even
not
care
a
about.
well-liked guy.
Yeah, no, it's just shiesty.
Again, this-
shiesty.
This kid's IG is crazy. You should follow.
I got nothing.
Stop
I got
trying to
nothing-
get me on that.
I got nothing bad to say about him. Like
no, yeah, it is what it is.
the past is in the past now. I'm where I am. He's losing his jobs, getting fired.
Left and right.
Yo, I like them shirts. Yo, the Hottie Consultant shirts. Where can we get these shirts?
You'll find me at the rally. I'll have some.
Dope.
Yeah.
Those shirts are dope.
Yo, I said last year, man, and I stunted on it this year. I wanted to get Teen Grimy shirts with the weed logo, and I mean with the weed plant, you know what I
Right.
mean, instead of the star.
Right.
And then I slacked on it. But I didn't even know I was gonna be rocking till like a little bit later this year.
Wait,
So
hold on. What day are you rocking, Stiz?
Sunday, a week from tomorrow.
Yep.
So
Okay.
everybody, so the rally's next weekend, Friday, Saturday,
Yep.
Sunday.
And
I'll
you
be
rocking
curious
Sunday.
about Friday though, because it's a work day still, kinda. When
it'll get cracking.
what time? What time is it?
This year we have the Friday. It's 3 to 8.
Oh, that's perfect.
that works.
Noon to 8 on Saturday and noon to 8 on Sunday.
I'll be rocking at 1:30.
First year we go to 8 o'clock on Sunday as well.
Why? When did you used to go to 6?
6.
6.
Yeah, I'm tired just thinking about it.
Yeah, right. It's gonna be a long weekend for you.
Yeah.
Damn, yo.
So I see you looking around trying to get it out of me. He is affiliated with our president.
Yeah, so someone affiliated. That's all
There
I
it
wanted to
is.
say. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
There it is.
Someone affiliated with Trump. I
Yeah.
just don't like that guy. Not even that. Not even your dude, Trump.
Yeah.
Oh my God, can't
You
stand
hate
him.
them both, Stiz. Be honest.
No,
And it goes back to what we were talking about earlier. People like we make this progress, and then now people are trying to take us back, and it just doesn't make sense to
Yeah.
me, yo. Like I just think let's just keep moving
But
forward.
a part of that whole, being left out in the cold kind of catapulted me to who I am. I'm like,
Of
I'll
course.
show you, and
Of
turned
course,
around and became
of
an
course.
activist and probably one of the loudest ones in Massachusetts.
Some of the best art comes from pain, tragedy. You
See
know
a
what I
DJ
mean?
Deadeye shirt on your IG.
Story of my
Shout out
life.
ST.
Oh yeah, because Deadeye too, I would say is
That was the
pretty
social high
big
Deadeye
in like the in the cannabis industry. You
Yep.
know what I mean?
Deadeye fucks with that shit heavy.
Yeah, he was big support last year. Came out and DJ'd for Red and Meth.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Yeah, because he has a relationship with Red Cray.
Yeah, we
Meth.
did
yeah.
fucking the Red and Meth tour. I want to say 010, 09 or whatever, but Terminology, ST, we like the opening acts for that tour, and with DJ Deadeyeing obviously. So we built a relationship with Red and Meth. So that works out whenever they come out here. If they need a DJ, they know can holler at Deadeye.
Is Red and Meth good? Like, do they really give back to the cannabis? Because I would say they are pretty big.
Yeah, they're good
Cannabis,
guys. Especially Red. It's a real good guy. Meth, not so much a people person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he
it's
looks
more
it.
business.
He's
Yeah.
raw.
But
Red's personality is more like for the people.
yeah.
You know, he'll mingle and shit.
even off the camera, he's a real big family guy. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's what's up, yo. So, everybody make sure you go to the Freedom Rally this year. Make sure you follow Phil. And, that's it, man.
The cannabis
Support
entrepreneur.
the
This man is a cannabis entrepreneur.
Yeah, yo, you really
Yeah.
are. You really are, bro. And that's super dope, yo. So, when do you think it's going to be, regulated the way alcohol is? Or
Still got a few years for
a
that.
few years,
I mean, I'm
right?
sure next year. Yeah,
How many
they'll be
states
selling-
right now have it recreationally legal?
I want to say 11.
So, yeah,
100%
out of
sure.
50.
Washington, Oregon.
Yeah, you got some work
California,
to do.
Nevada. Yeah.
Get to work.
Yo,
Yeah, that's right.
I will say it was the coolest experience ever when I was out in Vegas. Phil actually thank you, Phil, because
Yeah.
you hit me up while I was out there to make sure that I was good. But I was saying even last week how it was like the best experience to fly out to, a whole nother state on the other side of the country. You don't know anybody. You know what I mean? And to be able to just go to a store and to just buy weed without, having to, go to some shady place or meet some shady people, and you're
linked up with
getting
the
what
chef.
you pay for. Oh, the chef's the man out there?
She actually is a celebrity chef, Zarilla Bacon.
Really?
Yeah, she cooks for Justin Mayweather.
Really?
Yeah.
Yo,
So she cooks for Tyson. She cooks for so
That's-
many people.
that's
Joe
crazy.
Montana.
that's crazy. I had a friend, not really my friend anymore, but I had this kid that I knew that he was kind of like you are. He was very, very into the marijuana industry and, handled a lot of weed and grew a lot of weed. And what he was doing was he was putting together these dinners where he would have like a very good chef come through, and it would be like a 5-course dinner, and everything was infused with marijuana. And it would be like
Crazy.
pork loins, and it was like crazy good food infused with marijuana. And it was real secretive. Like you had to know someone who knew someone.
Yep.
Right. You guys
to
watch
be
that
able
show
to get
on
invited
Vice?
to one of these.
No, I actually probably watch less than an hour of TV a day.
That
If
show.
I
There's
I need to start
a
doing the
show on
same.
Vice. The dude does that shit with the food.
Yeah.
The whole show.
Yeah. I know what
fucking
you're talking
cooking
about.
with-
I
with
don't
weed
know
and
what the
shit.
name.
Yeah.
whole
Yeah,
show
yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
That's just pretty dope.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the new. I mean, edibles are real big right now.
I don't get a lot of free time these days.
I know, huh? Yo, I can't imagine putting together, like I said, last year I did the Hip Hop for Recovery in Chelsea. It was just, addiction stuff. I got food, free food. Fam, I cannot even imagine. And just the hoops that I had to jump through with the city of Chelsea
to
with
do that
that.
little event, yeah.
I cannot imagine doing a 3-day festival. You have like, I don't know, 20 acts rocking each day? That's like, you got like over 50 acts total.
48, 50 coming out this
That's
year.
crazy. 50 acts. You're flying this one and you're flying that one. This sponsor right here. The vendors, the city of Boston. Like, I can't even imagine.
That's a lot.
And then you know how artists are. You wrangle an artist to the stage. You go on in 5 minutes. You got to be off in 2 minutes.
Yeah, did you see the email that I sent out? I was kind of prompt on it this year. Like, if people are going to let us hang coming to the stage, then
that's what it is.
We'll just turn you down next year.
Right. Hold up. You got these sour worms right here. You got
going through my Instagram.
You got any of those on you right now?
Negative. All out of edibles right now.
Sour worm edibles looking crazy right now.
What are they, just like
and
like
them
those
look like
sour worms?
Them look like
but
nerds too.
Oh yeah.
He got like
I get it all in this
nerds,
industry.
Sour worms.
What do you infuse it into, the butter or the oil?
How the fuck you get that shit into a nerd?
Some people just soak it in tincture. Some people use it in the mix.
What is tincture?
It's glycerin infused.
I love that shit.
Liquid.
You know what's funny?
I want to use that for a drop.
drops.
What is tincture?
What is tincture? No, well, yo, you know Evan Black, my man Evan Black. I got a joint with him.
Yep.
I have a joint with him called Maybe, and in his verse he says something like, mix it up with the tincture. I had no idea what he was talking about.
Did you have to act like you knew what it was and let it slide?
Absolutely, yeah. I was on stage with him doing the song, like, in the tincture. I had no idea what
it was.
All
about the tincture.
I thought it was like absinthe or something. I thought
so
it was
like
it's just cannabis infused into basically vegetable glycerin.
Oh,
what the hell is
So it just makes it
It's like a candy syrup.
So it's
in order to like get it into the fucking.
It's like to make this type of stuff, like
that's
pens.
a different type of liquid. It's like polyethanol glycol or something.
Really?
Which isn't really the healthiest.
Yeah. Because people are making that stuff now, like by themselves. I've seen YouTube videos where I don't know what they're making. I think it's something like that, but they take lighter fluid, like
that's just regular BHO. That's just hash oil.
What's BHO?
Butane honey oil, butane hash oil.
Yes.
Everybody's different, but that's basically just getting your concentrates.
And I don't know. I just remember watching that. Like
you purge it in an oven for so long, and then you got dabs.
Oh, that's how dabs are made.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Learn something new every day.
That's how dabs.
I used to do that shit in my garage.
Really?
Yeah, like before it was like popping and everybody was on it.
Yo, dabs are huge.
That was the good thing about the school. I learned so much from there. When I went there, they had an extract seminar. I learned enough in that class that I've never done extracts again.
Crazy.
Really?
Like it's enough of just static on your clothes. You move wrong, you just ignited your whole entire garage.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Like you're literally blowing butane. It's everywhere. So like one spark, that shit's an explosion waiting to happen.
I had a boy who was doing that, and I swear to God, bro, like that dude was just smoking straight butane because I know he wasn't doing it right. Like
fizzling, spitting, popping.
Dude,
so what are you doing with 50 Cent here? It's the effing vodka in the background.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's a big smoker or nothing. What kind of event do you bump into 50 Cent at?
He came to meet me. What can I say?
I like it.
Hey, yo, THC.
I like your style.
He bounced around a couple liquor stores out here when he was promoting effing. Was that it?
Yeah.
Was it that?
Promoting his
effing vodka.
Effing vodka, yeah.
He gave out a few signed bottles, but that's the thing. Like I said, 90%'s showing up. You see opportunities
Always.
like that.
Be there.
Like before we got Redman to the Freedom Rally, I met him 3 times prior in the year.
That's how
so
it happens,
everybody's like, oh, I got Redman. It was like, no, I actually met him in Maine. Then I met him in Boston. Like me and my partner did the dirty work.
I always say that.
Go ahead.
I always say, like, even with when I posted that picture when I met Cube a couple weeks ago in Vegas, people are like, did you give him a demo? Did you give him a CD?
So corny.
And I'm like, yo, I don't want to be that dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's almost embarrassing now to hand someone a CD.
Never do that, by the way, corny rappers listening.
Yeah,
I can't think of how many times I've turned down like a picture with somebody. Like I was hanging with Kid and Play from House Party at High Times. It's like You just don't want to be that guy in the crowd.
Yeah.
Have some respect. These are people that are there with their friends
I'm
and
not
family
gonna
as
lie.
well.
I always try to get that picture for the gram, but
One thing,
Yeah,
all right,
it helps. It helps.
it's one thing to get a
there's-
flick though, but
there's-
to like really pull them aside and be like, "Yo, I rap and fucking
exactly.
blah, blah, blah,
You
Yeah.
gotta walk that line. Like you gotta be respectable. You can't come off as like a
Make them remember you
groupie,
for
like,
being right here with you, not
Exactly.
for like
Right.
showing you some shit. Because then they're looking at your stupid shit they don't care about.
Yeah,
and not you.
exactly.
I was with David Ortiz in the mall, and I'm like, he's with his kid. Like, you're not gonna bother him when he's with his family.
What mall was he
Right.
in?
I was in Cleveland.
And
Yeah.
you've seen David Ortiz in the mall in
Yeah,
Cleveland?
the Ritz Hotel is attached to
Oh.
the mall. So
Now is
I was having lunch, and I think it was Tim Wakefield was sitting right behind me.
Oh, that's crazy.
this the
Yeah.
guy that said because I got high?
Yeah,
Because
Afro.
I got high. Afro.
He was out there. Was that last year? He was there or the year before?
he was in. I met him in
I don't remember
Lowell.
seeing him.
I met him in Lowell before that.
Yo,
and-
Oh
like,
shit, is that Corrupt?
Yeah.
God damn. this guy
yeah.
gets
So
around,
yo,
huh?
He's
Corrupt
one of
is
the-
the one who made the moon rocks.
Okay.
I
He-
think.
one of his partners, they split up. There's a new style of moon rocks, and Corrupt
Really?
went his way. I don't know what happened there, but
Well, that's the
Yeah.
thing, man. This thing is becoming such a business. This marijuana thing. That
yeah, a lot of
a
friendships
lot of money.
breaking up.
Yeah, a lot of greedy people. A lot of money.
Man, this dude gets it in. Stiz, I've had a couple questions for you too later for the show, but I mean, this guy's killing it right now.
Yeah,
so I
we're
mean,
actually,
I'm good.
Where
we at?
actually we're about to wrap it
We
up.
could
real
save
quick.
Stiz and Snuk shit for another week. 'cause this-
Yeah, real quick. First world problem of the week was cleaning kicks. So like every week we were doing like, what's your first world problem?
Right.
Mine this week was cleaning my kicks, yo. Like there's nothing worse than like having dirty kicks, and I had to bust out the toothbrush and the and the
Right.
kaboom and scrub my sneakers, and I'm like, damn dog, I hate scrubbing my friggin' sneakers.
And it's
It's like that Drake line.
yeah, and it's tough, with the kicks because like when you do shit like we do, or like
You scuff them up.
if you're in a video or a photo shoot or something,
Oh,
and,
you
and you're
need
like,
them
well,
fresh.
those kicks were in there, so I can't wear them
Oh,
ever again.
Kicks, bro.
That's how I
Kicks.
look at it. Shit.
I wish I could get a new pair of shell toes delivered to me every week, bro.
Dog, I have kicks
But
upon
that's all
kicks
I
in the
rock.
boxes still,
Yeah.
and like I wear them once or twice, make them sure they're fresh, put them back in the box, and then like I just don't want to fuck them up, and they fucking sitting there, and I wear the same ass pair of like black ones,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
some shit like this, whatever, and just it's tough, man.
So that's it. Yo, Phil, that was a great episode, yo. Thank you for coming on and being our first guest. That was pretty dope, yo. You popped our cherry.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And,
Glad to be here.
Oh yeah, first guest,
Jeez,
first official
yeah,
guest.
yeah, yo.
Are
I think we need the studio audience.
So
for
everybody
that,
this
Phil.
weekend, obviously head out to the
Thank you,
Boston
Phil.
Freedom Rally.
Yes, make sure.
What is
Friday,
it? It's the
Saturday,
Common, right?
Sunday.
Boston
yeah, right at
Common.
the Boston Common.
Yep, Boston Common, Friday, September 15th to Sunday, September 17th.
I am rocking on Sunday, September 17th at 1:30.
Yeah, we
And
Make sure to hit like on the Stuck on Stuff Facebook page and
Yes.
subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Please subscribe to the YouTube
we made an
channel.
IG, right?
We have an IG at StuckOnStuffPodcast. Twitter is at StuckOnStuff.
And then email us, obviously, at StuckOnStuffPodcast@gmail, especially if you want to get some advertising in or you want to get your product on here.
questions, whatever, or
Questions,
a
shit you want us
guest.
to do.
We
hate,
did. We
hate on
did,
us. Tell us why we suck.
Yeah,
We gotta
absolutely.
I got to know why I suck.
We did submit our shit to iTunes, so hopefully.
All right, so they'll be able to check for this shit,
yeah,
like if
yeah,
they have
and
Apple.
I'll be letting everybody know when that is officially up on iTunes. Also, the audio only is just on SoundCloud. And Phil, one last time, promote your website and your socials real quick.
You can find me on Instagram or my website at thehardyconsultants.com.
That's it. Snuk, what's your Insta?
At
Or-
Superstar Snuk on everything.
At Superstar. I'm at Stiz Grimy on everything. This has been Stuck on Stuff, episode 2. We out.